Blessed family, love and light. It's your brother, Omni also known as Omnis. This is another session of Wake Up Wednesdays, okay? Now, this is presented to you by OmniVision EDU, okay? Scientific and historical literacy for indigenous peoples, all right? Now, this morning, we're going to be doing a build about the science of heaven, okay? The concept of heaven, okay? Now, before we get into that, I need you guys to make sure you get in your donations to OmniVision EDU, okay? That's www.cashapp.com $ all capital OMNIVISION EDU 360, okay? All capital OMNIVISION EDU 360. Peace and blessings, family. Abdullah Muhammad in the building. Love and light. So make sure y'all hit the Cash App, family, and support the movement for black educational content. All right. So also for the social media, make sure that you hit up the Instagram. It's www.instagram.com/lowercase OMNIS lowercase OMNIS. That's Omnis, okay? Make sure you hit the YouTube, which is www.youtube.com/the nature god, Omni Amanashi, and that's spelled TheNaturGod, Omni Amanashi, which is OMNIAMUNASE. Okay? And we building on the YouTube, we on the Facebook, and we on Instagram. So that's how we rocking. So make sure that y'all get a chance to do that. Like I said, today we're gonna be talking about heaven, from the scientific lens, family. Okay? So we know that in theology, heaven is depicted as a place where God dwells, or where the Creator dwells, a place that's in the sky, the above, okay? And it's normally depicted as white, all right? And is associated with purity, with cleanliness, and divinity, okay? But a lot of the times in theology, there's a belief type base, okay? So that's why we want to get into the science of it and understand, where we're going with this whole heaven thing. All right? So, let me see what we got. Now, heaven to me is, like I said, the place where the Creator dwells, family. All right? The above, the origins of planetary life. Okay? As above, so below, on earth as it is in heaven. Okay? Now, that's for a reason. Because we got to understand that the earth is simply a part of a solar system. And a solar system is a systematic mechanical design, okay? And we are a byproduct of other forms of life, okay? A star is a form of life, okay? A galaxy is a form of life. Man is a form of life. A plant is a form of life. Animals are forms of life. We're life forms, family, okay? And the origins of planetary life is the heavens, okay? Which is the above, or space, all right? Now, most people don't look at space as divinity or the source or the origins of life, okay? But it is proven through science that all organic material is the result of stellar evolution and nuclear fusion. Okay? These are processes that occur on a celestial level. Okay? Peace and blessings to the family. Love and light. Melvin Burrell in the building. Ashi. These are celestial events that produce matter or material that then in turn goes to develop into planetary elements, chemicals, microbes, and life forms. Okay? So the earth is a byproduct of the heavens. Now, we know that from the study of theology, there are roughly 4,200 religions worldwide. Now, I know individuals, peace and blessings, love and light to my queen in the building, Ashe. Okay. Now, we know that there are roughly 4,200 religions worldwide. All right? Throughout recorded history, we can count anywhere from 8,000 to 12,000 different gods. Okay? And we got to understand, I know a lot of people in America, niggas in general, is from the Western culture in the Northern Hemisphere. So we have a certain way of doing things, and we're used to things being a certain way. But Christianity is not the only religion, family. There are many other religions in the world. Okay? And we got to get down to the bottom of that. What is heaven? That's the topic. What is heaven? So we know we have different cultural lenses in which people interpret heaven differently. Okay? So now, as of October 2019, the full Bible has been translated into 698 languages. 698. The New Testament has been translated into an additional 1,548 languages. Okay? And Bible portions or stories. All right? And there are roughly 195 countries worldwide. Got to understand that religion is the byproduct of culture. Language is the byproduct of culture. Okay? People develop language and culture over time. All right? So there are roughly 6,500 languages worldwide. And a lot of those languages coming out of Africa. All right? So there are many languages, many cultures worldwide. So which one makes your cultural lens the right lens? All right? We understand that in math, that numbers are universal. Okay? In school and education, no matter what part of the world you come from, math is universal to all knowledge. Okay? Science is universal to all culture, no matter where you're from. So that's why I say getting down to the meaning of heaven from the scientific lens to see what is universal to everyone. Okay? So we don't want to be politically biased, or, we don't want to make sure that we're moving real right, family. That's all. So, according to Wikipedia, okay, there are an estimated 10,000 distinct religions worldwide. 10,000 different religions around the world, family. Okay? Now, about 84% of those of the world population is affiliated with Christianity, Islam, Hinduism, Buddhism, or some other form of folk religion, family. Peace and blessings to the fam in the building. Love and light. Katrina McGrew, if I pronounced it correctly. Blessings. Ashi. So there are many religions around the world, family. And we're trying to figure out which one is the official religion, or which one is the most profitable and the most beneficial system for spirituality. Okay, now we know that there's some type of correlation. Some people know, some people don't. There's some type of correlation between astrology and holidays. Okay, so we see that even on Christianity, which is the celebration uh, of the birth of Jesus. Okay, which actually occurs during the winter solstice. All right. And the winter solstice is when the earth is at its most distant point from the sun. And we actually receive less sunlight during that time of the year. That's what makes it the winter. Okay? So that holiday is just not a random holiday. It's a holiday that's based on astrology. But oftentimes in Christianity and a lot of other Abrahamic faith religions, astrology is kind of taboo. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of demonized, like, witchcraft or voodoo, or. But anyway, I'm trying to tell you, family, that there is a correlation between astrology and the celebration of holidays. Okay? So you got Christianity, okay? You got Hanukkah, which is a Jewish holiday that celebrates for 8 days and nights, beginning on the 25th day of the Jewish month of Kislev, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. It's spelled Kislev. The Jewish calendar is based on the lunar cycle. So Hanukkah can fall anywhere from November 28th to December 26th. What you guys see is still towards the latter part of the astrological cycle, family. So we're getting close to Christmas around that time of the year. And that's with Hanukkah. So it's around the same time of the year for the same purpose. And then you got Kwanzaa in the United States. Roughly 5 million people celebrate Kwanzaa each year. Kwanzaa is a 7-day holiday that celebrates African culture. Peace and blessings to the family. Love and light. Grand rising. I see. We're gonna make sure I get in the comments and reply to everybody that's in the building. Thank you for rocking with me this year. Alright, but we're gonna get to it. Let me see what we got. So, alright, Kwanzaa. We was talking about Kwanzaa. It begins on December 26th and it ends on January 1st. So it's still dealing with the summer solstice time of the year. Okay? Now on the 6th day of Kwanzaa, there's a Kwanzaa Kamaru, which is a big feast. Gifts of Kuamba creativity are given. Also celebrated through lighting the Kanara, performing and listening to traditional music and discussing African principles in history. So that's Kwanzaa, family. And then they got the actual winter solstice, which is supposed to be a celebratory thing for pagans. All right? And pagan means non-participant. All right? So it says December means the holiday of Yule. And Yule is like Christmas holiday. So it is the holiday of Yule. And it falls on December 21st, which marks the winter solstice, which is the shortest day and the longest night of the year. Okay? So we're getting less sunlight during that time. The winter solstice celebrates the rebirth of the sun because days get longer from then out. Okay, so that's at the lowest point in the cycle, and from that point days begin to get longer as we get into the spring equinox, or the around March 21st when the spring begins, family. So we have longer days, and that's all based on astrology. So again, what is heaven, family? Astrology is a part of a lot of ancient texts, okay, and ancient societies would study the practice of astrology, okay. You also have a few others, but you guys get the point, all right. You also got Easter. It's also called Pasacha, or Resurrection Sunday. It's a festival and holiday commemorating the resurrection of Jesus from the dead, okay, described in the New Testament as having occurred on the 3rd day after his burial following his crucifixion by the Romans at Calvary at 30 AD. Okay, that's by Wikipedia. All right, and that's around the first to second week of April, and that's right after the spring equinox begins, family. All right, so that's also astrological. Now, a lot of times in theology, you have beings that are anthropomorphized or symbolically represented. Okay, they take deities and turn them into a more relative human form. All right, so Jesus, right, which we understand that the letter J was not invented until around the 16th century, so there was no one using the letter J around that time. We understand that that is something new that just came into play, family. That's not of ancient origin, so people didn't always say the name Jesus, so we know that historically. All right, but Jesus is represented as a man in Christianity. All right, now that man is symbolically the Son. I know they say the Son of God, S-O-N, but in more ancient religions or spiritual systems like the Kemetites, the Kemetic Egyptians, they had the sun deity, all right, which is actually predates the Bible, all right. I think the oldest form of the biblical text is accredited in the Torah, which dates to around 1312 BCE, all right. And the Egyptian Book of the Dead, which is a hieroglyphic writing system or symbolic pictogram writing system, is completely different than the modern literal writing system. And it predates it by about, I think it dates back to about 3600 BCE. So it predates the Bible by at least 1500 years, all right? And they had the sun deity, all right? So before the S-O-N, the Son of God, there was the Son, S-U-N of God. And that is a celestial deity or a heavenly body. Now, if you guys get a chance, look up the word heavenly body in Google, all right? And you'll see the sun, the moon, the stars. Those are embodiments of heavenly objects, okay? And it's a peace and blessings, brother. Love and light, Ashe, Grand Rising. The heavenly bodies, family, are embodiments of heavenly objects, okay? So we see that astronomy, all right, astrological phenomenon and objects are associated with heaven, with the heavens, okay? Now in Christianity, they make it seem like heaven is separate from creation. You can't see, you can't observe heaven. You know, it's distant, it's so distant from man that we can't conceive what heaven is. But we see in other religions and other spiritual belief systems that heaven is associated with astronomical objects. Okay? Peace, brother, love and light. Ashe, Grand Rising, family in the building. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. We're gonna build about this thing, the science of heaven. Somebody hit me the other day and commented, and the brother was making it seem like, he said, "Are you serious? Like, bro, you trying to build about heaven?" Like, yeah, bro, we about to build about that. It's nothing that cannot, no question that cannot be answered. All you got to do is ask the question, and you'll get your answer, family. It's that simple. Don't make it seem like you can't obtain knowledge, because if you feel like that, you never will. You just got to strive for it. You will get it. Let me see. So, Let's just go over a few definitions, family. Celestial by Oxford Dictionary. Position in or relating to the sky or outer space as observed in astronomy. Okay? Position in or relating to the sky. So a celestial object or celestial deity that resides in outer space or the sky. All right? When we pray, when people transition into the afterlife, and then you want to communicate with them, you look into the sky. Little kids make wishes, and they look into the sky and they make a wish, family. Why we doing that? There's a reason why we doing that, family. Peace and blessings, family. Love and light to the brother Sugar Ray Ashe. We in the building, family. We in the building. All right. So when people have these type of these type of concepts and ideas, where's this coming from, family? Is there a universal concept of a supreme being? Okay? Is there? I believe the sun shines on every part of the planet, family. There's no planet that you can go to in the solar system where the sun will not shine. You can't escape its influence. Okay? Now let's get to a Bible verse. Genesis 1, the first chapter, first verse in Genesis, family. It says, King James Bible, in the beginning, all right, think about it. In the beginning, God, okay, created the heavens and the earth. In the beginning, Genesis 1:1, God created the heavens and the earth, family. All right? And that's out of the Bible. Another verse, John 3:31 from the King James Bible. It said, he that cometh from above is above all. He that is of the earth is earthly, and speaketh of the earth. He that cometh from heaven is above all. Okay, that's John 3:31. We understand that organic matter is stardust. Okay, particles that are processed through nuclear fusion, which creates the fundamental elements of life. Okay? So when we interpret in this Bible verse, we got to try to get to the non-literal meaning. We can use literal just to get to the concept of where they was going with it. But we understand that organic matter is stardust. Okay? It comes from the heavens, from above, from the realm that's above the earth. Okay? And scientists know this, family. So Peter, right? 2 Peter 3:13 says, but according to his promise, we are waiting for new heavens and a new earth in which righteousness dwells. 2 Peter 3:13. But according to his promise, we are waiting for a new heavens and a new earth in which righteousness dwells, family. All right? That's a few Bible verses, you know what I'm saying, to get into this heaven concept, family. What is heaven? Is it real? Is it a real place? You know, can we see it? Can we observe it? You know, do people actually go to heaven? Do people actually come from heaven? How does it work? What's the science behind that? All right. Another verse, Isaiah 65:17. It says, for behold, I create new heavens and new earth, and the former things will not be remembered or come to mind. And you see, whenever the earth is spoken about, the heavens is spoken about simultaneously. Okay? Matthew 28:20, teaching them to observe all things whatsoever I have commanded you, and lo, I am with you always, even until the end of the world. Okay? Even until the end of the world. That is Matthew 28:20. All right? Now, originally recorded in the Greek language, The Greek word translated as world in the verse is originally anyon, okay? And anyon in Greek means age. So if you go back 2,000 years ago from today, and you would utter the word anyon, okay? You will utter the word world, which is translates as anyon, okay? The meaning is age. So it would read, teaching them to observe all things whatsoever I have commanded you. Lo, and I am with you even into the end of the age, family. Okay, what is an age? An age, it's like humans' age, is a cycle. Okay, a cycle of time. You have astrological ages, the same way that humans change their age. Plants change in age. Animals, all things age with time, family. So, and time is just it's just an increment of motion. Okay, motion and time and motion. All right. So we see right here, Collins Dictionary. A heavenly body is a planet, star, moon, or other natural object in space. That's by Collins Dictionary. Macmillan Dictionary. A heavenly body is a star, planet, or moon. That's by Macmillan Dictionary, family. Cambridge Dictionary. A heavenly body, any object existing in space, especially a planet, star, or moon. Okay? That's by Cambridge Dictionary. So this can be researched. I'm giving you guys some references so you can check it out for yourselves. All right? So look, let me see what else we got. Heaven right here. Oxford Dictionary. A place regarded in various religions as the abode of God or the gods and the angels and of good after death, often traditionally depicted as being above the sky. Why do people pray? They look up. Why when children make wishes, they look up? And why when people transcend into the afterlife, when we want to talk to our ancestors, we look up into the skies, family? Okay, where is heaven? What is heaven? All right. Let me see. So from Wikipedia, I do a reading from Wikipedia. It says, heaven or the heavens is a common religious, cosmological, or transcendent supernatural place, right? Where God's angels, spirits, saints, or venerated ancestors are said to originate, be enthroned, or live. According to the beliefs of some religions, heavenly beings can descend to earth or incarnate, and earthly beings can ascend to heaven in the afterlife, or in exceptional cases, enter heaven alive. And we know in the book of Enoch, this guy transcended, according to the biblical text, right into the sky, right into heaven. Okay? Jesus is supposed to ascend it into the heavens. Okay? Right into the sky, according to the biblical text. But we're trying to understand where they going, though. You know what I'm saying? Where is they going, family? We're going to figure it out. All right? Now let me see. So we see that the heavens is associated with the sky, with the above realm, okay? Now, let me see. Let's get into, we talked about the astrological ages, okay? Astrological age is a unit of time, increments of time, okay? Astrological time period in astrology, in astrologic, sorry about that, family, in astrologic theology, which astrologers claim parallels major changes in the development of the Earth's inhabitants, okay, particularly relating to culture, society, and politics. There are 12 astrological ages corresponding to the 12 zodiacal signs in Western astrology. Okay? It advocates believe that when one cycle of the 12 astrological ages is completed, another astrological cycle of 12 ages begins. The length of one cycle of 12 ages is said to be 25,860 years. All right? 25,860 years in which our sun travels, okay, travels around the galaxy 360 degrees. All right? And we know that the moon orbits around the earth 360 degrees. The earth orbits around the sun 360 degrees. Okay? The sun orbits around the galaxy 360 degrees. Okay? And based on the laws of motion, okay, and 360 degrees, which is sacred geometry, okay, the law by Albert Einstein in relativity expresses E equals mc squared. Mass plus the constant speed of light equals energy, family. Okay, E equals energy. The constant speed of light equals motion squared, and mass, and M equals mass. So you got E for energy, constant speed of light for motion, and M for mass. Okay? This law expresses how energy and mass are both convertible forms of the same thing, ensuring constant motion and conversion. Okay, so from this law, which is a thermodynamic law, the law of relativity, shows how energy, okay, converts into mass, all right, times the constant speed of light. So it ensures the constant motion and constant conversion. So there's a thing called peace and blessings. Jane Middle in the building. Ashi. There is a thing called thermochemical energy conversion, which is a thermal processing method in which light energy is converted into chemical energy. Chemical energy is converted into light energy and released as heat. Okay? So just to go into that, just a little bit, so you guys can get the drift on what we, what we building about, the science behind it. Okay, so an astrological age, family, is 2,160 years. All right? An astrological age is 2,160 years. A complete astrological age is 25,920 years. So you have the sun traveling around 12 star group constellations which surround our sun in the galaxy. These are the nearby stars fixed in the sky. All right? And our sun is traveling around that like a clock. So it works just like a natural time keeping device. Okay? Just like a clock, family. But it's a natural clock. Okay? Got the sun moving around the 12 group star constellations. It takes the sun 2,160 years to clear 30 degrees. All right? Now, there are 12 constellations, family. All right? 30 times 12 is 360. Every constellation is a 30-degree difference, or in distance, a difference in distance. So the sun is traveling around these group of stars. Okay? And it takes a certain amount of years for us to get into the proximity of a new constellation. Now, why is this important, family? This is important because the stars are thermal energy sources. Okay? And thermal energy is the catalyst for chemical reactions. We understand that every solid, liquid, and gas are made of chemicals. But those chemicals change and transform based upon thermal energy, which is the catalyst for those transformations, whether it's solidification, gasification, liquefaction. Okay? Heat is the catalyst for all chemical reactions. So for biological processes to take place, thermal energy, heat is required. Okay? When the individual transcends and loses the ability to produce a heartbeat, family, the life energy is not present because there's no heat energy. There can be no biological processes or chemical reactions without heat being present. So heat is the catalyst for those reactions, family. And those stars influence the planet and its inhabitants, the living organisms, the microbes, the humans, the animals, the plants are all influenced by this thermal energy, which is the catalyst for everything that happens on a chemical and biological level. All right. And this was known by ancient civilizations, okay, such as the ancient Sumerians, the Kemetic Egyptians, the Indian Hopi tribe, okay, the Dogon tribe, right, and many others, family. So astrology is a very old and ancient practice that's not common in the modern era. We just don't see too many modern spiritual belief systems that's big on astrology, family. Okay, now Horus, which is an Egyptian sun god, all right, dates around 3600 BCE. The sun god, or God's son, aka light of the world, savior of humanity. Okay, this is terms that I use in reference to Jesus. But the original is Horus, okay, which is a sun god. The sun god is believed to be the manifestation and the embodiment of nature and the universe, okay, such as the sun, the moon, the stars, planets, humans, animals, and plants, etc. The sun is the main sequence star, the first form of naturally occurring light, family. So when the Bible says, in the beginning there was darkness, and God said, let there be light. What was the darkness in the beginning? I don't know how many people was born yesterday. Hopefully it wasn't yesterday. But if you've been outside within your lifetime and you ever looked up and you seen the dark organic substance that dominates the night sky, what is that substance? What is that substance, family? You see the influence of the sun. You see how large the sun is, but we see that when we look into the organic dark substance at night and we witness the night sky, we see other lights, naturally occurring lights, not man-made lights. Okay? Suns, just like our sun, family. We see dominant darkness and we see light, pretty much being very small in comparison to the darkness. All right? Now in electromagnetics, black, okay, it's the complete absorption of all electromagnetic wavelengths. All right? White is the absence of all electromagnetic wavelengths. There's no such thing as white light. Okay? If there is a such thing as white light, it is the lowest possible frequency. All right? Black is the highest possible frequency because it is concentrate. It's like when you think of orange juice. You know what I'm saying? You can have a pitcher of orange juice, pour in the water, you feel me? Pour out half of the orange juice, pour half water, so you got half orange juice, half water. Now it's diluted. But in the beginning, before you poured in the water, you had straight orange juice, concentrate. It's stronger, it's powerful, more dominant. Okay, black is a dominant color, family. And it just so happens that people of African descent are the darkest people on the planet. And when you look at some of our ancient spiritual systems, we revered the sun, the moon, and the stars. You see that in the ancient spiritual systems, that astrology is more common, family, and it's less common today. All right. Matter of fact, I just did a video not too long ago, family, building about the new moon cycle. I've been observing the moon cycle for at least about 3 years. I remember in 2019 when I noticed the moon cycle changed from 28 days. No, it was 2018, the end of 2018, when I noticed that it changed from 28 days, which is a typical lunar cycle. It's been that way for the past 2,500 years, okay? So the typical lunar cycle is 28 days. I watched it from natural observation, family, change from 28 days to 21 days, from 21 days to 12 days, from 12 days to 6 days, from 6 days to 3 days. Okay, time is speeding up fast. How do I know this? From natural observation, astrology, okay, an ancient practice, family. We have to get in tune with the stars in the heavens so we can understand the past, the future, and the present. This is a practice of the ancient priest, okay? The ancient African priests were big on astrology. They felt that, well, they knew that this type of science would render them an advantage, okay, in knowing how to live, what to do, and knowing how to interpret their futures, family. Okay, the stars is of the heavens, family. Okay, of nature. Even in Greek, Helios, Biblios. Helios in Greek translates as sun, and Biblios in Greek translates as book. So 2,000 years ago, when you would say the word Holy Bible, it would be Helios Biblios, meaning sun book, okay? So the Bible is not the literal Bible that's written by man. There's also a natural Bible, okay, that has never been translated and has never been tainted, family. All right? Never been tainted. So think about it. Federal agents wear black suits. Judges wear black robes. Okay? The president mobilizes in all black rides when you see him ride out, family. The natural night sky is black or dark. Okay? High-grade carbon-rich soil is black. Carbon-based natural coal is black. All right? Carbon in a solidified form is jet black. All right? So that black refers to the concentrate of electromagnetic energy, the complete absorption of all wavelengths of light, family. Okay? It is the origins of light. Light is the after effect. Okay? But the heavens teach you a lot. Teach you about your birth chart. You know what I'm saying? You know, your zodiac sign, of, you know, your energy of, you know, it shows you a lot of things about yourself. Shows you who you're compatible with. You know what I'm saying? Who you're least likely to be compatible with. It's just natural. It's just certain things that come with certain energies, family. I'm gonna be sure to get to the comments in the joint in a little bit, family. I got you. Let me see. All right. See what we got. Now, peace and blessings, family. Carver Johnson in the building. Love and light, Queen. Blessings. I see. I mean, there's a lot of information I got in here, but I just want to be efficient with the time that I got. I promise to give y'all at least 30 minutes to an hour, okay? We'll be building on Sundays for Sunday Soul Sessions, which is 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, all right? And then Wake Up Wednesdays, which is 9 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time. I was a little bit behind this morning. I was trying to get my tags in, and I had some technical difficulties going on, family, but we got it together, though. But yeah, the night sky, family, is black. I know the Moors got this whole thing going on with the word black and saying that we ain't black, but black is just a term, a literal term that we use in reference to phenotypical traits, okay? The phenotypical trait which we're referring to is melanin. Melanin is a pigmented biochemical trait present in the highest concentrations in people of African descent. Peace and blessings, family. Love and light. Sambi King, the fam in the building. I shade. We rocking, we rolling. So yeah, family. Yeah, melanin is in reference to the biochemical pigment found present in the highest concentrations in people of African descent. Okay? So that's what black means. It means dark pigmentation. Okay? And it is the actual conduit of electromagnetic energy. Okay, just the same way that plants convert light energy into chemical energy in the process of photosynthesis. Without melanin, you will be incapable of going through that process. Okay, and then sunburn occurs. You know, sun skin cancer, things like that occur because you don't have enough melanin to convert the light energy into the chemical energy successfully. So that's what that's all about. But black means pigmentation, melanin, phenotypical traits. All right, we don't want to get too literal. That's what's wrong with the Bible. People are too literal, and you lost the ability of the interpretive mind. Okay, everything comes from the mind, family. Before you document anything, okay, you have to think that thought. You have to conceive that thought, and then you transfer that thought onto paper, okay, onto a CD. You know what I'm saying? So thoughts is the initial form of communication with the divine. Okay, if you spoke to the divine, it was through a thought. Okay, you think the thought, and then you transfer or convey that thought onto paper for documentation. So we don't want to be so literal that we fail to understand concepts and ideas. All right, the concept and the idea has to be logical and it has to make sense, family. Okay, if somebody telling you something that does not make sense, it's 99.99% that's a false statement, family. It cannot be true if it's not logical. All right, real life does not work like that. So we got to grow up in our spirituality, and just like a plant, make sure we grow, we evolve, and make sure we develop. We can't stay in the same state of being, the same state of existence the whole time. Life is about constant progression, evolution, and development. So, you know, at one point in time, we were children. We believed in the Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny, and you know what I'm saying, the Tooth Fairy, and all of that. And you know, there came a time where we had to come up out of that, and we had to let that go, and that was for our good, so we could understand reality and grow and develop and be able to be functional in the world and in society, family. We got a lot of adults who are children-like in the mind, in their spirituality, in their journeys, okay? But not saying that people don't have the potential, because everyone that's melanated has great potential. All you got to do is tap into your potential, family. and you will shine. And that's a fact. If I can do it, you can do it. I've only been studying for like a good 5 years now. You know what I'm saying? Doing independent research, getting into science and understanding the mechanical breakdown of physics and, you know, chemistry and things of that sort. You know? So, yeah, I just wanted to do a build about, you know, the science of heaven, family. Could heaven be an imaginary, mythological, fictitious place, or is it simply the sky, the above, the origins of planetary life, which is space, family? You can ask any scientist, ancient or modern, they're gonna let you know that organic matter or original matter is stardust, and that the planetary evolution derives from stellar origins. Okay, carbon-12. We talked about the carbon-12, how it's also a base chemical structure for the purposes of conducting sunlight and radioactive materials. It comes from nuclear fusion, the triple alpha process, in which helium fuses 3 times to make the element of carbon, which is the atomic number 6. Okay? So things that are of heavenly origins, meteorites, comets, look it up. Comets contain carbon, okay? And is a radioactive electromagnetic substance, all right? So these things are from the sky, from the above, okay? And they can be used to harness and conduct electromagnetic energies, which are forces of nature, family. You got to learn how to use and be one with the forces of nature, being that we are the natural people. I know that that's where our prosperity is, family. And returning to the source, connecting to the plug, connecting to the socket, family. And we'll have that juice. We'll have that juice. So, yeah. Let me see. Alright. Well, yeah, I'm gonna do a visual too, family. I just wanted to get the people to think about what's natural. You know what I'm saying? Like the science of heaven. Like don't get to the point of where we're so stuck in religion that where we can't even fathom reality. Like we, you know, basic 0, 1, 2, 3 steps. Don't skip all the way into the spiritual world and you don't even understand the physical world. You know what I'm saying? Like metaphysics is a form of science that educates you on the mechanical breakdown of the unseen. Meta means unseen. So unseen physics. And then you have classical physics that teaches you about the things that you can observe, the things that you can see. So science is not limited in that way, or science is not non-spiritual. Okay? You can learn about the things that you can't see through metaphysics. All right? And you can learn about the things that you can see through physics. All right? Things that you can test, you can observe. You don't have to believe, you can know, family. So to know is much greater than to believe, family. All right? So make sure, family, that y'all hit up the Cash App, www.cashapp.com/$ all caps, Omnivision EDU 360, OMNIVISION EDU 360. Okay? Make sure y'all hit the Cash App up, family. We're going to be doing this every Sunday and every Wednesday, building about scientific and historical literacy. And this is to reclaim our educational independence from colonialism. All right? We know that colonialism is something that is present in the educational system, in the system of medicine, the system of law, politics. Okay, colonialism is all around the place, so we got to make sure that we separate ourselves from this virus, from this infection that's harming our people, family. Okay, So the way that you can do that is to donate to www.cashapp.com/$ all caps Omnivision Edu 360 OMNIVISION EDU 360. All right, and we're going to be educating our people every week with new information and updates. Be sure, if you guys are tuning in, be sure to hit the notification button too, so that you can be notified for future lives. All right. Feel free to hit me up on the Instagram. Feel free to hit me up on the Facebook. All right, or the YouTube. And I left my email at the top of the screen, so feel free to scroll down and you'll see my email address and my personal phone number to contact me for personal consultations, motivational speaking, and lectures. Okay, as I said, I'm an independent researcher of natural sciences. Okay, melanin is what makes people of color of African descent natural. So it's in our best interest to know as much as we can about ourselves and what's natural. All right, and that's my standpoint, family. So I thank y'all for coming, for tuning in, for chiming in. We're gonna be rocking out next Sunday and Wednesday. New topics, and the build must go on, family. So constant motion, 360 degrees, love and light, peace and blessings. Ashe.